here, so I'm directing the peoples. All right, that you've got to be able to encode it in a way that it can be decoded. So I'm saying, when you're looking and you're speaking to someone, yeah, don't just take it for granted they've said it. Like I said, listen, acknowledge, check. So ask questions that they've understood you. All right, inquire. All right, so you're sending out the message, you've encoded it. Okay, the message is the medium. Then they have to decode it to receive it effectively. All right, simplistic terms. Think about, those of you old enough to remember, radios, right? You got a radio system, the old gramophones, or tuning in radio, right? Now they've got digital, which is very similar, but I'm going to talk about the old school way, right? You had the button, remember? You had the little round button that you rolled around and used to get the turbulence and the disturbances and so on. And until you locked in to that frequency level, you were not be able to tune in to hear what you wanted to hear effectively. Now it's zeros, points and ones, you know? Like if you're a 97, you want to go into LBC or something, you're 97.3 digital, you're 97.1, you're going to get that kind of disturbance. Right? Whereas if you're on 97.3 bang on the button, you're going to get it crystal clear. So the point I'm making is, how do you know when you're speaking to someone, or that person is speaking to you even, because there's a reverse side of it, that you're being understood, and you'll let them know that they're being understood. Alright, so when you're communicating with someone, you need to check what you've said that they've understood. Alright, that's so important, just by asking them simple questions. Alright, or if they're communicating to you, right, you can repeat back and that you've understood what they've said. Or clarify it, is it what they're saying to you is what they've said? This is how effective communication starts. This is why majority of people just babble. I don't understand it. I go on the bus, it's babble. I get on the tube, it's babble. You go in the pub, that's a nightmare. I don't even like going in them environments anymore because there's a lot of babble. People just shouting and screaming at each other. Right? Effective communication is the art of all human existence. Alright, I think I'm going into one here, so he's going to tell me something. Go on.
We have another question.
Okay, my apology. I'll take up on that another time. I can go on about that for hours, that particular subject, so we'll deal with that another time. Yeah, go on, man.
We have another question from our website. How can I turn past clients of our tours into repeat users and to be able to engage them?
Good question. Okay, alright. So, first of all, what you need to be able to do is find out what it is that made them come in the first place. Alright? Because what we're talking about here is sustainability and retention of the customer. So if you have a company and there's tours, you're running tours. What was it made them come to the tour? So break it down in your own mind. You have a series of tours that you run, or you may have the individual tour that you run. So why did they come? What was their reasons for coming? Potentially, would they come again, or what would they like if they came again? So at the end of it, potentially something like a feedback form, with an open question at the end, a series of questions, not too many questions, because you don't want to bamboozle them, but maybe 4 or 5 questions, but have an open question at the end. What would you like to see on these tours? And then work through on that. But that's one aspect, all right, in terms of the feedback, because that's also leading from what I said into communication. There's communicating with them, and also while you're taking them on the tours as well, engage and find out the aspects that they like, the aspects they don't like, and so on. It's feel, felt, and found. So you're always seeking for that extra gear, the extra motion, right? Because remember, you're at work, they're on the tour, right? So when you're at work, your antenna needs to be up and on point, because you want them to come back for an additional tour and so forth. So that's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is very careful now, because you've got GDPR. But things like, I'm not sure if you have a newsletter, that's a form of communication. All right, but make sure that they buy into that. Eventually putting on events for them. Maybe having an event of some kind that brings them in to an environment where you can actually speak about the tours more, engage with them. Giving them a platform to give feedback. Alright, so maybe some sort of forum that they can star. They have these Google star ratings now. Right, so make them aware of that and getting them engaging in that way. So the point I'm making, if you want sustainability with a customer, it's based on an area that I'm really focused on at the moment. It's called relationship selling. And there's a science in it. It's not as straightforward as it looks. So what you need to recognize is, what is it that you want to achieve from them? And is it that what you want to achieve from them, is that what they really want? And be able to be flexible and understand the basis of compromise. All right? The basis of compromise is coming out of two root words, committere and promittere. To come together is the committere, the Latin root of the word, and promittere, to make a promise. So when you're coming together with a client, you're coming together from the basis of the promise, the premise, right? What is the foundation? What is the interconnector, the medium, shall we say, that's going to make you and them become a relationship where they're going to want to come again and again? And simple things as well, like things like referral fees. Have you thought about, if they really enjoy it, if they tell other people, maybe they get a free tour or another aspect to what you're doing? So when you're going into the root of a client, and you're working with a client, and or a series of clients, mind you, and that you're wanting to get something from, and they are at the level of satisfaction, that's the best time to sell. Right? Because when they're at their peak of satisfaction, so what I would do is, I wouldn't wait for them to leave. The time for you where you should be looking to sell is at the time when they've finished the tour, they're happy, right? And they're in the motion. Right? So that's really where you can really engage and pull them. Because once they've gone out the door, it starts to wear down a bit. But saying that, it's not, you don't give up there, you can still keep them going. But start thinking about ways that you can develop the relationship. Right? Because it's like anything else. If you don't have a relationship with someone, right, would you want to come back and see them again? I have so many people out there over the years that I would love to see, especially all my old school people, but I'm scared to see them because I know there's so many of them. I love them all. Right? But the basis of what I'm getting to is, it's not every person that you're going to get the relationship with. So identify, specify, and understand what you want. Hopefully that answers the question. Have I answered that question for them, or they want some more?
They'll be able to answer in a moment.
Okay, no worries. Good.
Would you like to go to the next question?
Well, that's up to you. That's what I'm here for, right?
Okay,
I'm not here for fun, am I?
Let's see if they're satisfied.
Well, I'm having fun, but It's gone quiet. Nothing worse than silence. Yeah? It's a learning curve. That's what I say. Yeah? Should have a bit of music in the background, beat the drum, the bongos. Beat the drum, hear the sound of the man working on the play. Whoa, whoa. What's the next one?
Okay, we can move to the next question. You were talking about entrepreneurship, right? What are your views on entrepreneurship?
Whoa, I just found an article on actually. I've actually just put that out there, so I'm plugging it now. But the entrepreneurship, well, that's a big one. All right. What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? All right. Hard work. You got to have tenacity. You got to have goal. And there's different levels, there's different types. Because I know you've got a lot of these techie type entrepreneurs coming through now with these gazelle type companies and so on, and the networks and all these kind of things. And that's all part of it. But the real focus for me is the grassroots type entrepreneur, the entrepreneur that's looking to alleviate themselves and get a better life and a better future. And in that one, what's up?
Kim.
Hey, all right, Kimmy, mate. Love you, mate. All right. Yeah, I haven't forgot you, by the way. And you keep up with the flowers, see? All right. I'm going to come down and over there and make sure I'll give you some time and attention soon. I'm just settling things out. I've got a lot of people to see, Kim. Believe you me, I've promised so many people over the years, mate. But when I'm over Essex way, I'll make sure I'll come and spread some love with you. But good on you, matey. All right. Still got the love in my heart for you, mate. Yeah. All right. You keep going, girl. All right, but in terms of the question, entrepreneurship, you've got to have tenacity, you've got to have goal, you've got to really want it, you've got to have the hunger in your belly. But more importantly, more than anything else, you've got to have the right attitude. Right? You've got to look at yourself and say, is this what I really want to do? You know, start with something that you're passionate about, because that helps a lot. Yeah? And don't seek to compete with all these bigger type companies and all these. It's what a lot of people do. You know, I've got to spend loads of money on marketing. I've got to spend loads of money. Yeah, it's all loads of money. Yeah. We're not in that term. It's not the Stavros era. You remember the 80s? Loads of money, all that kind of malarkey. It's not that time. Yeah, what we're talking about now is a science, you know? And we're coming from the era of spreading love. So if you think about you doing something, and what you're doing, you're spreading the love while you're doing it. It makes people want to engage with you, you know? It makes people want to be part of what you're doing. So an entrepreneur to me is a scientist. Right? That's what they are. They're innovators. They're scientists. You know, you're going forwards, and what you're doing, although it may be other people may be doing that business, they're not you, are they? So what making that business work is your unique personality. You know, who you are, what do you want to be? You know, what's your vision? All right, what's your mission? You know, that's the key. Not everybody's got their own premise. Not everybody wants to go out and be a millionaire. Some people just want a comfortable lifestyle. I always tell people in the entrepreneurship world, it's not always about being a millionaire. It could be about being just having a lifestyle, taking care of your kid, making sure things are right, whatever your goal is. Yeah, but as long as it's giving you the lifestyle that you want, that's the key. So in terms of entrepreneurship, I wrote an article, you'll find it on LinkedIn, I'll put it out on Facebook as well. I've been told to start publicising a lot of things more. I normally keep these things like below, you know, underground, but I'm bringing them out now because I feel like I've got to start speaking to people. And people tell me I've got to start speaking to people, but I don't know if it's because they're telling me why I'm starting to think I've got to start speaking to people, if you understand what I mean. Alright, but I'm doing it anyway, alright, so hopefully, you know, I'll get comfortable doing it, and you know, we can spread some love out there. But what I'm saying, entrepreneurship, key, you've got to learn to sell. Alright, selling is the key. You've got to be able to sell. Alright, if you can't sell, you're not in business. Right? No customers, no business. Simple as that. So let's start working on the focus of selling. Once you can learn the art of selling, you know, you go on YouTube now and get videos. Well, there's so many of them, right? Oh, I'm going to plug it now. Sales Mastery TV, sosinnovation.org. All right, go on there, watch the videos we put up. But there are so many other types of videos you can do around what you want to do and what you want to achieve and all these kind of things, you know. Big buzzword now, entrepreneur. The big one is, what's this, social entrepreneur, you know. An entrepreneur is an entrepreneur. All entrepreneurs should have social values. All entrepreneurs, as far as where I'm coming from, should want to give back. Alright? They should have that value, especially when you're coming out of the grassroots. You know, you don't start blinging up and forgetting where you're coming from. You understand my point? If that's your choice, that's your fault, hey, that's up to you. But that's not me. You know, I spread love. So what I'm saying is, you've got to understand where I'm coming from here. If you cannot sell, how are you possibly going to generate business? How? Right? You've got to learn to sell. You've got to learn the art of selling. You've got to be comfortable with it. Even if you get someone else to do it eventually. You know, people say, I ain't going to do that, I'll get someone to do it. Well, how are you going to know they're doing it properly? Hey? How are you going to know? Eh? Think about it. How would you know where they're going wrong? You're paying them money. You don't know what they're doing wrong, you don't know what they're doing right. But yet still, they're doing it for you. Or they could be having you over, right? So, the point I'm making is, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm going to sell this. I'm going to learn the art of sell. I'm going to learn to love it. I'm going to make people love what it's about. You ain't got to go out there ripping people off. Alright? You've got to have ethics, you've got to have morals, and you've got to have values. And treat people well. Yeah? Look, seek to build relationships with them. It's not every time you can cut the deal there and then. Alright? Sometimes, you know, it's a journey. You know? But of course you've got to live, right? So you've got to have some process in your thinking that says, this is where I'm going, this is point A to B, this is how my business works. So process it in your head, mark it down as that process, understand that process, and sell that as a concept. Alright, that's the world you're in. And from concepts you start building up strategies. It ain't going to happen overnight, but the harder you work at it, the more you put into it, is the more you're going to get out of it. So how do you become entrepreneur? Hard graft, mate. Simple as that. If you're not prepared to work hard with the right attitude, you're not in the game. Right? Simple as that. You're going to get a lot of these people that are buying, oh, I know this one, I know that one, whatever, yeah. But as soon as it hits hard times, believe you me, alright, they start crying like babies. Alright, and that's the time the real hardcore come out, and the real hardcore start standing up, focusing on getting results, up or down in life. We get there. You know why? Because we've got the right attitude. And we can spin it any time. Alright, because we know what we're about and we know what time it is. Yeah? And that's the key. You've got to know what time it is and know where you're at and believe in what you're doing. It's not always about selling your soul to profit the world. Yeah? It's about sharing the love and getting it right. So you get it right and you'll see it'll work for you. It'll work for you. Believe you me, it'll work for you. What, another one? Yeah, thank you, Carl. Carl, I remember sitting in class with you, mate. You know, I saw Mark Chopman the other day. He told me when I hanged out the window with the teacher, when she told me to get out of the class, and I went and hanged out the window and banged on the window from outside. Mark Chopman was spreading that with me the other day. You got to see you, mate. We're supposed to link up. Make sure it happens, bruv. Alright? Positive mental attitude. Yes. Yes, I do. PMA. Yes, I do, Kim. Yeah. Positive mental attitude, mate. Yeah. You got it, girl. Don't ever give up on it. And also, keep the forms as well. Don't forget the way of the warrior. Alright? You know what I'm talking about. Every time, yeah? I've got my warrior here somewhere. Where is he? Yeah, he is, look. He's always with me. Always at war. What's next?
You ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Alright. How do I overcome my fear of rejection?
Alright. Well, there's an example of that. False expectations appearing real. False expectations appearing real. So, alright. Nobody likes rejection, yeah? I mean, I come from a school where doors were getting slammed in your face every day, yeah? And you got to just find a way to overcome it. So the first thing you do is close your eyes and visualize you're being rejected. Right? Just close your eyes and visualize you're being rejected. Right? That's the key. And you're being rejected over and over and over and over and over again. Right? And then think about how you feel. Right? And then start to think, how do I feel when I'm being accepted? Now, you know, right, when you're going out there, especially prospecting, especially where you're telemarketing or you're going out promoting or going out, you know, door to door and so on, whatever you're doing to promote your business and so on, you're likely to get more no's than yeses. You know this is going to happen. It's part of the process. Right? You just know it's going to happen. So, what are you going to do to change that? Well, the only thing is you can do is visualize that the acceptance in your head. Someone's going to accept you. Right? That's as simple as that. So if you can accept that, the day you start out, you're going to learn to overcome that. Right? Now, it's not an easy process. I'm not telling you it is. Yeah? Not everybody likes to be rejected. Like I said, not everyone can deal with it like that. And you don't want to come overly hardcore as well. I don't care those people, I don't like those people and so on, because if you start doing that, you're going to come unstuck. Right? You still got to have that love in there. Right? You've got to understand not everybody is on that point. Right? Not everybody is in that zone. So we really got to come to understand where it's at. Right? And when we can understand where it's at, we start to get the drift of things. Right? So, let's look at it like this. When you met your first girlfriend or boyfriend, how did you feel? Did you have butterflies in your belly? Was your heart pumping? Was it? No? Did you think, yeah, I'm going to go and chat to her now? Am I? Or did you have to have a few drinks before you got the Dutch courage to go and speak to her? And the lady, when you said no, did you really mean no to that fella? Did you? The one you really liked? Did you make him work hard? So he thought you weren't easy? How did you do it? Hey? Think about it. So, you know, that's in our everyday lives, right? We experience rejection day in, day out. But we don't think nothing of it because we just think, oh, I'm going to get on with it. I want this, I want it. Well, if you really want something, yeah, you'll find a way to overcome the rejection. Right? And this is what I'm saying. No don't always mean no, but at the same time, you know, some people mean no, so what? Go on to someone and find a yes. You know, perseverance seldom fails. And I'm not saying that you've got to go and blast out loads of numbers, because I think that's really bad selling, just going and bang, bang, bang. You've seen them doing all the time now. This manufactured type selling approach. No, sit down and think, well, maybe if I left to plant a seed with that person and I nurture that seed with that person, I'm able to come back to that person at another time and maybe sprinkle a little bit more water on that seed. It might blossom, sprinkle a little bit more water out, it might blossom. So maybe not in that time and space, but up the road, we're able to build that level of that relationship, you know? And this is the key, all right? So have some vision, all right? And that way, you're able to overcome the fear. Because if you're just going in and you look, oh, I'm scared, all right? Then, you know, it's not going to happen, mate. There's no sense you starting a business if you're going to be scared of what you've got to embrace. You've got to learn to overcome that. And that's where the attitude comes in, you know? And like Kimmy was saying, positive mental attitude, the PMA, you know, you've got to overcome that, you've got to have that focus, you've got to be in the right state of frame of mind. You're a human being. It's not every day you're going to be in the right frame of mind. It's not every day you're going to have that mantra. But you've got to find it. Eh? You've got to find it within. And why I say just look inside yourself, because everybody's got some sort of talent.